As many football fans they gear for the Super Bowl, many are going to make those last-minute trips to the grocery store.
I hope you saved a little extra because as you load up on wings, chips, drinks, you will notice that many of your game day snacks will cost you more this year. Our DiMattei joins us live now from the Acme Supermarket in Havertown this morning with the look, plus the items where you can save a little bit this year. So it's not all bad news, Ross. Good morning.
Not all bad news, Jan. Good morning to you and Howard. I will say it's getting really busy at the Acme here in Havertown. That's to be expected, but it also makes me feel a little better to know I'm not the only last-minute shopper. You can expect some really big crowds no matter where you go shopping this weekend in the Delaware Valley, because we all know that Eagles fans are gearing up for a super spread for the Super Bowl, but there's also a couple other events going on. We got Valentine's Day coming up and some nasty winter weather on the way, which we know people like to stock up for. So get ready and buckle up if you're headed out to the supermarket this weekend. Let's talk about stocking the shelves, shall we? This Acme in Havertown has been getting additional food shipments for a couple of weeks now, ever since the Eagles won the NFC Championship game and secured their spot in the Super Bowl. So we know they're well stocked up on game day favorites, you know, the big ones: chips, meats, dips, drinks, and any ingredients for appetizers you may need. Not to mention they also ordered t-shirts, baked goods, and a whole bunch of balloons for anyone who may be hosting a party for the big game. And we spoke with one of the first customers to arrive at 6 o'clock this morning, as well as the store manager, who shared some advice for any last-minute shoppers.
Definitely come sooner than later. I think if you have your list and you come in ready to know what you need to find, you kind of won't be stuck in the crowds of the store, and that's probably the best way to do it.
So I'm always at this store on the weekends at like 6 in the morning when it just opens. I beat the crowds, I get what I want.
That guy's got the right idea. And back out here live, you can see what I have in my personal shopping cart. This is also to give you an example of some of the items you may pay a little more on or maybe a little less than last year, starting with the chips. Those are actually cheaper than they were last year, along with things like frozen pizza. Now let's get to the more expensive stuff. My favorite, the wings, of course. That has been one of the top items over the past few years, as well as avocados. I only got 2 here. That's basically all I can afford because we know guacamole is going to be pretty expensive this year. And guys, a few final fun items that I was actually turned on to by some of the staff here at Acme, which are, look at their personalized wine bottles. How cool would that be to pop one of those after winning the Super Bowl? And last but not least, the balloons. They're on like every end cap. They've got dozens and dozens of these balloons. So, yeah, everything you could possibly need for throwing a great Super Bowl party, they got it. You just got to get here before the rest of the crowds do. I'll send it back to you.
Just getting into the spirit.
Yeah, although I think your wife might be calling you about that avocado situation.
Yeah.
What's she going to do with 2 avocados?
She'll be happy because they can pay the rent and the mortgage.
A couple more at home.
Thanks, Ross.
Thank you, Ross.
You. Well, with the Super Bowl now just about 32 hours away, Eagles fans are already lining up their game day menus. CBS News Philadelphia at Reading Terminal Market to see what people are looking for ahead of kickoff. Many apparently are looking for the classics, naturally wings, hoagies, pizza, but with the big game in New Orleans this year, some are picking up a game day spread that makes them feel like they're in Louisiana. Beck's Cajun Cafe says it's been busy with orders, and they have rolled out a New Orleans staple just for Eagles fans.
Lots of catering orders. We don't usually have this many until Mardi Gras. We got lots of muffaletta orders, quarts of gumbo. We turned the beignets green. I have been decorating these king cakes here every day, all day. We're probably going to sell like 60 of them.
Shops all across Reading Terminal there are showing their love for the birds with everything from shirts to Eagles-themed cookies.